were having our fun earlier on about how takes in our business in the NFL don't last 5 minutes, let alone an entire week.
There's no point in making them.
No, I know that, but here, this couldn't have been more crystallized this past week in the fact that the Panthers were the worst organization in sports. They have totally failed Bryce Young. They didn't surround him with any weapons. This team was dead in the water already, and Andy Dalton flips the script in about, what would you say? I mean, I watched the game about
it was
20
5
minutes. 25 minutes. Yeah. Like
I knew right away.
I was going to give you middle of the second quarter on that one, but like he just flipped it.
I knew right away.
Flipped it.
No.
Honestly, Dave Canales winds up with a game ball from David Tepper in a celebratory locker room. I mean, talk about any given Sunday. Holy cow, Chris. Unreal.
That was the sharp play this weekend. Not to go, but that was the move. It was like Carolina +5, and dudes were all over it, and it makes a lot of sense because the very way that Antonio Pierce had his big like coming out party last year was against Giants. Remember that Daniel Jones gets hurt. It's interim coach week, and they just roll. And like it just gave them a shot in the arm. And I think Andy Dalton gave the Panthers that same shot in the arm because it's a complicated situation here. Like the first two things you rattled off can still be true, right, Rich? Like it can be a terribly run organization, and they can have failed Bryce Young, and Andy Dalton still might be the right guy for the job right now. And, those players have a right to feel slighted the way everybody was talking about them because, if you're a vet on that team, you're like, hey, it's not all us, and that's the truth. In an NFL locker room and in a building like that, there's a little of everything going on. And I think like my biggest gripe still remains, if you knew this is what Bryce was going to look like coming in the season, you should have just started the season with Andy because with my eyes, that does look like a competitive football team. And Andy looks like the perfect bridge or starter, however you want to put it, so you don't distress your asset 2 weeks in. Like now, you want to give me Bryce? Okay. Like I'm not going to really send you much. You're not doing anything with him. And also you've ruined the kid. The kid was not set up to succeed. The first year of his career, that's not the end of the world. It happens to a lot of draft picks, especially high ones. But then year two, if he looks that bad in camp, well, I don't know if maybe they were blindsided by it. Why aren't you just stashing him for a little bit? That's where I'm coming from on that thing. Now, you stick with Andy Dalton because the guy can make your team competitive. And I think those guys are hungry to prove that it wasn't them the first 2 weeks of the season.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.